Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Apple Watch and whether or not I think it's really worth it. Now for reference, I'm using the first generation Sport model, the 38mm, so that's the smaller of the two. I think the main theme with the Apple Watch lineup is that the more money you spend, the less you're getting in return. So it's not like the iPhone 7 Plus versus the iPhone 7 where you pay more money for that 7 Plus and you get the better camera, the better screen, the better battery life. With the more expensive models of the Apple Watch, you're not really gaining too many features that make the experience that much better. I think for any prospective buyers of the Apple Watch, you should look at the features of the higher end models that you really think you need, because all of the watches offer the same basic experience. You could end up spending over $1,000 on an Apple Watch and you'd still get the same features as someone who paid a fraction of the cost for one of the lower end models. So when people ask me if it's useful to have one, I'd say yes. I like being able to see my notifications on my wrist. I could text on it, I could even call if I wanted to, I could check the weather, I could check sports scores, all without having to take out my phone. So it is pretty convenient, but if someone says, is it worth it? That question really depends on how much you spent on the watch, because a $900 Apple Watch that lets you view your notifications on your wrist isn't really as worth it as the exact same thing that does it for $300 or $400. So the value of the device drastically decreases when you buy the higher end models. They all let you do the same things like notifications, and the apps are all the same, so you don't get any performance improvements or extra features by spending double the price. So right now Apple's selling either the Series 1 or the Series 2 watches, and the Series 1 is basically just an upgraded version of the original Apple Watch. It now has a dual-core processor instead of a single-core. It's much faster. I do have the original Apple Watch with the single-core processor, and there are times when apps take a lot longer to load than you expect, and it's almost faster to just pull out my phone and find the information that I was looking for that way than waiting for the app to load. So if you're looking at buying a used Apple Watch, which could be a good option, I would definitely go with the Series 1 and not the original Apple Watch because it's much slower. Both the Series 1 and the Series 2 have a dual-core processor. They also both have a lot of the same sensors, including ambient light sensor, an accelerometer, a gyroscope, a heart rate sensor. So a lot of the features there are the same. The big difference is the Series 2 has waterproofing up to 50 feet underwater. The Series 1 is only splash resistant, so if you're really worried about getting it wet and ruining the device, you would probably want to choose the Series 2. The Series 2 also has built-in GPS, whereas the Series 1 doesn't. So if you want to go for a run or something, you don't have to bring your phone with you, and it can track, the watch itself can track you. The baseline Series 1 model starts at $270, and the Series 2 starts at $370. So you're really paying an extra $100 for waterproofing and a built-in GPS. If you're looking to get the 42mm model, which is the larger one, that adds an extra $30 onto the price. Another choice you'll have to make when you're deciding on which model you want to buy is the type of material that it's made from. The aluminum is the cheapest of the three. It's not a very premium material and it's a matte finish. So if you want to go a step up from the aluminum, you can go with the stainless steel, which is a much shinier finish and it's much more resistant to damage. The stainless steel models do come with a stronger sapphire crystal display, which is much harder to scratch. It starts at $550, and that's without even looking into getting nicer bands. That's just the sport band. So it's easy to see how you can end up spending a lot more money for the higher end materials, but they all have the same basic user experience. So any more money that you spend is going to get you a nicer build quality, but it won't really improve how you use the watch. So that's something you should really think about, because a $700 watch does the same functions as a $300 watch. Alrighty, thank you guys for watching, and feel free to subscribe and check out my other videos.